Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing my annual reading bracket. This is something I do every year, kind of where I let my favorite books for the year compete against each other. Technically the year is not over. I'm filming this the week of Thanksgiving. I don't anticipate I'm going to have some crazy 5-star read that would need to make it on this bracket in the last month because I've been in a reading slump. So there's that. Let's just go through the ones that I have here. Let's zoom in a little bit. I'm doing it on Canva this year. It was just a little easier for me. So that's why you're seeing it the way you are. So we've got The Fake Mate by Lana Ferguson, and I am putting that against Bride because they're very similar books. Then I have The Apothecary Diaries. This isn't any specific volume of it. This is just as a whole what I read this year. Versus Villains Are Destined to Die. A Monsoon Rising versus North is the Night. Throne of the Fallen versus A Fate Inked in Blood. Over here we have Dragon's Dawn and Bad Guy. Apprentice to the Villain and Apples Dipped in Gold. A Sign of Affection and The Dead Romantics. And The Spell Shop, and Welcome to the Hunam Dog Bookshop. Okay, so let's start back over here. Between The Fake Mate and Bride. I'm gonna say Bride. I liked it more out of the two of them. So then between The Apothecary Diaries and Villains Are Destined to Die. I am going to pick Apothecary Diaries for this one. Just how I feel about it. So, out of the two, I think that's what I liked more. Okay, so then we're going to have Bride versus Apothecary Diaries. Very different books. So, now between A Monsoon Rising and North is the Night. Damn, that one's a little difficult. So I liked them pretty equally. I'm gonna go with A Monsoon Rising. That's not an easy choice for me. There were a lot of things I really loved about North is the Night, but ultimately I liked some of the plot elements in A Monsoon Rising more than I liked some of the ones in North is the Night, so... And then between Throne of the Fallen and A Fate Inked in Blood, we're going to go with Throne of the Fallen. My reason being that overall I've enjoyed the tropes in that one more. I feel like I could have compared A Fate Inked in Blood versus North is the Night because they're both kind of like Scandinavian settings. Okay, so then we have between Bride and Apothecary Diaries and Monsoon Rising and Throne of the Fallen. This one I'm picking Throne of the Fallen. And this one, I'm going to go with Bride. I hope we get a sequel. That's my only thought there, because if it's not, I feel like I would rate it less. But okay, we're going to move over here. Between Bad Guy and Dragon's Dawn, I'm going to pick Dragon's Dawn. That's a pretty easy choice for me. I loved Bad Guy. It was pretty good, but I liked the characters more in Dragon's Dawn. I just feel like they were a little more fleshed out, to be honest with you. And I really liked the dynamic. It was kind of like a Grumpy Sunshine-esque dynamic. This one is very difficult. Apprentice to the Villain versus Apples Dipped in Gold. One is a sequel, and one is a novella. And I like the romance and the characters in Apples Dipped in Gold more than in Apprentice to the Villain, but I do really, don't get me wrong, I really like the characters in Apprentice to the Villain. So... But I feel like if Apples Dipped in Gold was longer, I would have easily rated it over that. I'm going to go with Oh, that is very difficult. I'm going to go with Apprentice to the Villain. That is not an easy choice for me. I just wish Apples Dipped in Gold was a full-length novel and we got a little bit more, like, development between the characters before the romance started. But, like, for the length it is, I totally get why it is the way it is, you know? Okay, so then I have The Dead Romantics and A Sign of Affection. I'm picking A Sign of Affection. I loved The Dead Romantics, but this is just so wholesome, so... then I have The Spell Shop and Welcome to the Hunnam Dog Bookshop. Both have kind of similar vibes, like cozy. It's more the time when I read Welcome to the Hunnam Dog Bookshop. A lot of the themes in it I resonated with a lot when I read it at the time. And I think that's kind of, some books just, you read them at a certain time and they're more like profound for you, in my opinion. I can't remember if I think I might have annotated my copy, but there is a quote about how some books are special because of when you read them. And I thought that was really ironic. The Spell Shop, I actually really loved pretty much everything about it. I, again, just wish there was a little bit more development between the two characters in terms of the romance. I felt like it was like just slightly rushed. I'm going to go with Welcome to the Hunnam Bookshop. Okay, so then I have to choose between these two. So Dragon's Dawn or Apprentice to the Villain. Apprentice to the Villain. And A Sign of Affection. We're going to go with those two. Okay, so we're down to the final four. We have Throne of the Fallen, Bride, Apprentice to the Villain, and Welcome to the Hunnam Dog Bookshop. Between Bride and Throne of the Fallen, I'm going to pick Throne of the Fallen. That is not a hard choice. Bride was really good for like entertainment purposes, but I just feel like Throne of the Fallen had a little more meat to the plot and stuff. So, and then between Apprentice to the Villain and Welcome to the Hunnam Dog Bookshop. Damn. I'm going to go with Apprentice to the Villain. And now choosing between these two is going to be very hard. Okay, so let me think about all the things I did and did not like about each of them, because we have to award our winner. I'm going to go with Apprentice to the Villain, and I'll tell you why. There are parts of this story that were so intense for me that it nearly, like, it made me emotional. Versus Throne of the Fallen, like, there's a lot going on, and there's kind of this mystery that they're solving, and then they both have secrets, and, like, there's a lot of romantic and sexual tension. Like, the book is good. It's amazing, in my opinion. And the overall, like, world it's in is really interesting, and has a lot of other stuff going on. Like, the plot is very thick compared to Apprentice to the Villain. But just I love the cast in Apprentice to the Villain. I love the campiness of it. I like the found family element. I really like the kind of the tension between the two characters, even though I think it takes far too long for it to, like, culminate into something. But I think they have, like, a solid friendship and understanding, which is really cool for me. I liked it. So for that reason, my best book of the year is going to be Apprentice to the Villain by, who the fuck was that by? Hannah Nicole Mayer? I forgot her name. Yeah, so Apprentice to the Villain is my favorite book of the year, apparently. Not surprising. I really loved the first book, and I was really anticipating the second book. As always, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what your favorite book or books of the year were this year, and feel free to agree or disagree with me in the comments. I know that this series is not beloved by everybody, but I personally really love it. As always, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your week. Bye. Shut it out, I don't mind my problem.